Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Dragon Quest VIII. When we last left off, we got back to Argonia after having gotten the great big Argon heart. Hopefully, I have my audio issues sorted out. People were telling me my voice is fine, but the game audio could stand to be a little louder. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of go up on the game audio over a couple of videos. I'm not going to record big, huge chunks like I normally do. And I'm going to kind of try to do like one video a day, kind of differently. Part of the reason is I don't have time to sit here and record for 2.5 hours like I normally do. So anyway, this is a bazaar. They sell lots of really good stuff. The old merchant is right there. This person sells accessories. So you can get bunny tails, bracers, rings, tough guy tattoos, scholar specs, rubies of protection. Now, if you throw a... I forget which seed it is. If you throw a seed of defense into a pot with a prayer ring, you get that ruby of protection, which makes that recipe totally not worth it, because obviously you could just buy it, and money is a lot more plentiful than seeds. The same thing with the seeds of wisdom. They make the scholar specs there. This guy sells weapons. You can buy the chain whip if you didn't make it earlier. The razor ring boomerang is a definite buy. Even if you haven't gone boomerangs, of course, obviously, because I've been using a boomerang the entire game for just random battles. Zombie's Bane is useful in an alchemy recipe. Makes the zombie slayer. I don't know the exact recipe. You have to combine it. It's like a two-step alchemy process. You have to make an accessory, and then you throw that accessory in with the zombie's bane, and you get the zombie slayer, which is, like I said, the best sword you can get at this point in the game. The warhammer, if you've gone hammers for some unfathomable reason, you could make the uber warhammer with the warhammer. I don't know the recipe to that one like at all. Forgive me. Got a frog in my throat. If you don't feel like making the Uber Warhammer, because I think it actually like cannibalizes like ingredients from other better recipes, the Warhammer is fine. The Falcon knife is really good, I think. If you have gone knives with Jessica, of course, I think if you've gone knives with Jessica at this point, you might be able to just use the zombie slayer. But being able to attack twice can be pretty good, I think. So anyway, that's what the weaponsmith sells. This guy doesn't sell anything. He talks about, well, he sells cakes. No, he sells spices. I think this guy should sell, like, alchemy stuff. Honestly, it's kind of like, why? Why are you just there? Why would you put a worthless merchant? Grr. So, this is what this guy sells. I really don't recommend you... This is the point in the game where a lot of alchemy becomes available. I will go over the alchemy that I do in a later video. I've got a save file that I have prepared in advance where I've done all the alchemy, except for like one recipe because I don't have all the pieces yet. We get the pieces in the next area we're going to. But, and the great thing is, okay, this boss that's coming up is really hard. The armor and stuff that I made makes it easier, but it's not necessarily required. You can actually get by without doing any alchemy. You can just buy everything. You know, you just spend a lot of money and buy magic armor, and buy heavy armor, and buy magic shields, and stuff like that. You don't have to do all this alchemy. In fact, it takes a really long time to do all that alchemy. You'll see the time difference here. So let's talk to some NPCs here in the bazaar. What do you guys say? Surely it wasn't. What do you guys say? Tight as a dangerous bustier. Huh. Well, if I could, I'd do it. First of all, look at her eyes. That bitch is high. Okay. I nearly died. Yeah, and the great thing about the bazaar is it doesn't close. It's open for the rest of the game, uh, so that's really great. And you can do a lot of alchemy here. What you got to sell, sir? This is one of the recipes that I'm not going to be doing, although I could technically do this one. That is the moon axe, and the way it's fine. I forget, it's either a battle axe or an iron axe with a gold nugget, and then you combine that with a moon's mercy, which you can make through alchemy. I don't like doing that because gold nuggets are pretty rare, and the way they do attack power in this game is kind of like, you know, unless you're getting like a humongous amount of attack power in one go, it's really not worth the ingredients, especially since you get Yangus's ultimate axe for free. Now that said, you could actually make Yangus's second most powerful axe at this point in the game if you're willing to use both your gold nugget and your slime crown. I don't like doing that because the slime crown is like super rare. You only get like 2 of them in the game, and in my opinion, it's better off using some of them. That's just a regular item shop, same thing everybody else. This guy's pretty interesting because he sells the stuff to make cheese, everything you could ever need. So, I may have mentioned this before, but a really good recipe for any point in the game. Well, actually, specifically for this point in the game, because of the boss that's coming up, you take rennet powder, fresh milk, throw it in, you get regular cheese, right? You combine that with a waterweed mold, you get you get fresh cheese, right? Combine that with a waterweed mold, you get cool cheese. You combine that with a waterweed mold, you get chili cheese. Chili cheese does a lot of damage for this point in the game, and you can use up to 3 of them in a battle. I think it's 3. Other cheeses you can make at this point in the game, I think you can make mild cheese. Oh yeah. Anyway, that's all the merchants. The balcony. You up there right now? Like, I've never thought about this, but can you see the king from down here? That'd be a nice little touch if you could. I don't think you can. Anyway, what you're supposed to do to advance the plot. Oh, there's one more merchant up here. We'll go talk to him. You definitely don't want to buy anything from this guy. But there is one interesting thing you can get from him. As you can see, everything he sells is like 3 times more expensive, so you don't want to buy anything from him. But he sells prayer rings for 9,000 gold apiece. That might be worthwhile if you just have run out of resources. I don't recommend it because that's a lot of money. But if you just absolutely desperately need a prayer ring at this point in the game, here's a place you can get one. If you don't have any more seeds of magic, then this is the place to get one. There is another free one that we're going to be getting here soon, so don't go and do that right now. I recommend you save all your alchemy for right before we go into the dark room, so you have basically you can lay all of your toys on the table and go, okay, this needs to go with this, and this needs to go with this. You talk to Prince Charmels.
There you are, and you've arrived just in time.
Bowage!
Without further ado, allow me to present my new Argon Heart. The biggest you ever saw.
Oh.
I mean, you've seen a real Argon Heart for yourselves. You can tell this is no fake. I suppose you're wondering where I acquired it. Well, as luck would have it, one of the peddlers was selling one.
He's holding another one there. I think they're fake.
Service is our motto. We got another if you got the money.
Another? One is quite enough. Anyway, you can keep the Argon Heart from the Royal Hunting Ground for yourselves.
Like, the one you got from that great big Argon Lizard is already way too big, man. It's like...
I'm going to take this one back to the castle. You'll stay quiet about this, of course.
Like, they talk about how, like, it's... I guess, I don't know if one of the NPCs before or it's one of the NPCs coming up. There's an NPC that talks about how they use the Argon Hearts in the wedding rings they give their wives.
And once the bazaar moves on, I won't need to worry about that peddler telling anyone. It's a flawless plan.
So, like, the one you had before was already too big to put on somebody's finger.
Well, this is farewell. I'm off to the castle. Drop by sometime if you'd like to see the adoration on my subjects' faces firsthand. Ta-ta!
I really, really, really hope that the 3DS version of this game keeps the voice acting. Like, because the voice acting in this game is spot on. I hope they get all the same voice actors, if they can.
Oh, Charles. What have you done?
I really hope they do. I will be sad if they redub the game, but I will be less sad than if they just opt to not have any voice acting. I'm already pretty stoked because they're going to use the orchestral themes that they use in this version of the game. If you actually were to play the Japanese version of Dragon Quest VIII on the PS2, it doesn't have the orchestral themes. It has... Excuse me. It has the, like, I'm not really sure what the correct term is. Like, synthesized music, like you would get in pretty much any other Dragon Quest game. It's the same music they used in the Android and iOS port of the game. But he's slacking off, huh? No. Really? Ah. Big as a jar. No, a barrel. I mean, like, I don't know why. Like, I get why he did that. Like, you know, he spent his entire life thinking, oh, that Prince Charmles, he's kind of a sop, you know. But, like, it was not an unfounded reputation, I feel. Yeah, it was about the size of that helmet. Prince Charmles does not look like that. Being generous is he doesn't look like that anymore. I don't think it's real, honestly. I think it's a fake. Ah, cool. It's nice to be appreciated. Anyway, you just go in here and the scene automatically starts.
Prince Charmles, please show us the Argon Heart you obtained.
Like, I do wonder what Argon Hearts are.
Why, it's enormous.
Because obviously it doesn't kill the Argon Lizard to obtain one.
never seen such a big Argon heart before.
I wonder if they're like dragon diamonds from Lunar. Maybe they're ruby poop.
It must be the biggest in the history of the initiation.
Oh my, what a big jewel you have.
He must have slain quite an Argon lizard to get a heart of that size.
I don't think we killed a single lizard.
Prince Charmles, present the Argon heart, symbol of your bravery and worthiness, to King Clavius.
Because, like, every single time we defeated one of those Argon lizards, they ran away. So...
No. Wait.
Uh-oh.
Charmles, do you swear before the almighty goddess that you obtained this Argon heart from an Argon lizard slain by your own hand?
Of course, Father.
Because even if, for example, you were assisted by others in battle, I would still recognize your claim to the throne. But if you obtained it by any other means, I could not recognize your right to the throne. Is that perfectly clear?
I got to say that looking at him, he looks a lot like Ragnar. Mustache. He looks like Ragnar with like curly hair, like curly blonde hair instead.
Yes, of course. I fought the lizard with my own hands, and a frightful beast it was, too.
Marriage. Sorry. I love his accent.
Very well. Then I congratulate you. I accept this Argon heart as proof of your true character.
Oh, snap. Stealth insult. Like, this scene is really sad because, like, you know, like, Prince Charmles is kind of a, kind of an a-hole, I guess. But I feel like they could have, I don't know. I guess it's just, for me, it's always really sad when you have a character who has the chance, even in real life, you have a person who has the chance to do the right thing, and they just, you know, they double down, and they're like, no. And it just always makes me really sad. It was Godzilla! Yes, I will, thank you. Yes, I saw it. It was very glorious. I mean, I understand why he felt like he had to do that, but, I mean, I feel really bad because you could tell it just, like, broke his father's heart, you know, because he's the one that's always been like, no, you can do it, Charmles, just, you know, you just need a boost, and Charmles just felt the need to cheat. I guess, maybe Clavius, you know, just kind of indulged Charmles too much.
I saw my son take an Argon heart from one of the merchants. Did you even take him to the royal hunting ground?
I sure did. That bastard made me kill 4 of them frickin' lizards.
I saw everything from up here. You must tell me the truth. Out with it.
Well, there was a big old lizard.
I see. So this is the Argon heart he obtained with your help. Why didn't he simply show it to me? I would not have cared about the size. I fear this means Charmles is far too immature to take the throne, or a wife.
Well, I don't think his wife wants him. He kind of beat her with a crop.
However, that is a matter between Charmles and myself. You did a fine job in taking him to the royal hunting ground.
Awesome.
The magic mirror is in the royal vault on the 4th floor. You are free to take it whenever you wish. I have already instructed the guards to admit you.
Cool.
And I will take this Argon heart. It might prove useful when I need to remind Charmels of his foolhardiness.
Ooh. Wow, okay. A little bit of venom in that voice. So anyway, I can never remember if you're supposed to go that way or this way. I think it's this way. If I go the wrong way, I apologize. I'll immediately turn around and make it right. You know, I'm sorry if you've seen, like, some kind of discoloration, like, kind of like this purple discoloration. That is my, component cables? Is this it? No! Crap. That's my component cables. If I don't set them just so, it does that. And I haven't quite figured out the exact, like, just so. As soon as I get paid, I'm going to order some new ones. Okay, Charmels is gone. King is still there. What do you got to say, sir? Same thing. I was meant to be in the know. Lady, your hair is amazing. How did you get to do that? You have the most anime of hairs, lady. That's one of the things I like about, you know, the Dragon Quest series. At least this one. Like, I can't think of anybody that has, like, really any, like, super anime hair, except for the main character when he goes, like, Purple Saiyan. So, we've got 4 treasure chests in here. Very important you grab them. The Devil's Tail, very important. You can make several really powerful things with that at this point in the game. My favorite thing to make with it is to throw it in with... not the hat. Throw it in with this battle fork and a poison needle from Baccarat, and you can make a better spear. I can't think of the name of the... actually. So anyway, but it's a better spear. It's the best spear you can get at this point in the game without beating rank A of the monster arena. So, I mean, if you want to try and beat rank A, go for it. But, like, the sunk cost of it is just too high. Like, you'd be spending hours and hours doing that.
Ah, you've brought the magic mirror, if I'm not mistaken. May I have a look? That's odd. I don't sense any magic at all.
What? I was promised this mirror was magic.
Bereft of its magic power, it's no different from a normal, everyday mirror.
I want a refund.
Could someone have snuck in and tampered with the mirror while it slumbered in the royal vault?
Actually, yes. If you talk to some of the guards around the castle, I talked to everybody. A few of them mentioned that a jester snuck in, and they let the jester get away. Well, Dulmagus came in and he tampered with the mirror.
No, surely not. Nevertheless, even without its magic, the mirror remains a priceless royal treasure. What's that? The magical power of the mirror is central to your errand, you say?
Yes, you curly-haired man.
I see. Let me think. The mirror itself does not appear to be damaged. In which case, you should be able to recharge the mirror, so to speak, by exposing it to the right kind of magic. That would restore its former power.
Awesome.
The man who taught me was a wizard and an expert in magical treasures. I'm sure he would know how to re-energize the mirror. Unfortunately, he is retired. Now he spends his days in seclusion in his home deep in the Western Forest.
So anyway, that is our next goal. You could have gone to the Western Forest before now. In fact, going to the Western Forest is a required trigger to advance the plot. You don't have to go back now if you've already been. Basically, the thing that you need to recharge the mirror does not appear until you have talked with the old man at the forest. At least once. Although I don't think he tells you about the thing to recharge the mirror unless you go to him at this point. I don't know, I usually wait till now to talk to him. Golding is dead! He's dead! Look, but don't touch. Yeah. Yep, super strong. Did I raid this? I think I did. But I gotta break the barrel to be sure. Yeah, I raided this. I think I've gotten everything in this castle. I have yet to go back and kind of like matched up how many mini medals I'm supposed to have at this point. So I'm gonna have to do that off screen. Ever since I played Alundra, I mean, none of the mini medals are missable in this game, I don't think. But ever since I played Alundra, I've been super paranoid about the whole collectible thing, freaking golden gilded falcon. Blah. Awesome. So, I'm going to call that here. This is an episode. I'm going to do one more quick episode for tomorrow, and then hopefully the sound sounds okay. All right, thank you. Bye.